I'm Sarah Colvin of Cape Media News.
And I'm Jonathan Thompson of JT's Chronicles.
And we're here at the Cape Cod Synagogue in Hyannis preparing for the Interfaith Gathering of Unity in the wake of what happened last weekend in Charlottesville. Yeah. There's a rally going on right now in downtown Boston. Of course, yes. Unrest in the country. JT, what do you think about all these things that are going on?
I'm actually, at one point, I'm excited because I'm glad to see people getting together. But my concern is the way that it's getting reported. Because, like we always say, you know what, there's more good than bad. And when you're looking at it, sometimes only the negative gets shown. And I know a lot of people that are there right now that are all there to support. The best way sometimes, personally, me, I'm thinking of, all right, well, if we don't show up and just let them come through, they'll be kind of by themselves. Do you know what I mean?
Absolutely.
But it's hard. And people, and that's what I love about living in this country, that we can express ourselves. But just keeping a positive note. I think the police are doing a great job, the mayor, of keeping everybody in control. And sending out the message, we're not going to tolerate any nonsense, and we're going to keep this, under control, and we're going to allow you just to walk for your freedom, because that's what your freedom of speech is, what it is.
Sure, and here at home, of course, just a few short weeks ago, there was Unity Day on the Barnstable Village Green, the second annual Unity Day, bringing the community together again in support of positivity. And how do you think those events are going, and do you think that they are making the community come together a little bit more?
I do think that it's a positive thing. I think I've seen other towns and communities get together and start doing little events and putting their little spin on it, which I think is great. I wish more publicity was about it. I wish that we could all be there to cover it and support one another. But I think it's something that's growing. I think there should be more things going on, not just once a year, because we're here every day. So I think we need to do a little bit more every month. That's what I would like to see. That's what we're going to do.
That is what we're going to do. And of course, we're about to go inside here at the Cape Cod Synagogue. Yeah. Hundreds of people. The parking lot is full. I've seen local elected officials, police officers, town leaders here. So let's find out what the faith community is going to do to try to bring us together.
Absolutely.
On Saturday, August 19th, the Cape Cod Synagogue on Winter Street in Hyannis was filled with community members of all faiths gathered together in unity, strength, and support in hopes of countering recent messages of hate with light and love.
One nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all.
Know before whom you stand. Because when Jews pray, we stand. In effect, know before whom you stand at every moment in this life. Know before whom you stand when you stand together. When we stand together, it is the strength of God that binds us. Jews know full well what it means to have Nazis marching in cities. Charlottesville is not far from me. I went to school in Charlottesville. I met my wife in Charlottesville. She was sworn in as an American citizen on the lawn of Monticello on July 4th, with a rainbow of people coming to call this country home.
We had an opportunity as state lawmakers to get together on Thursday and to sign on to a proclamation that was put together by the House leadership, the Senate leadership, and the governor. It was an opportunity for us as senators, as state representatives, to get together with the governor and denounce it all and say how bad it was. Republicans and Democrats, we were all there saying this is bad and we need to stop it, and we need to stop it now.
I think one of our important scriptures comes from Micah 6:8. What does the Lord require of you but to seek justice, love kindness, and walk humbly with your God? And I think that's what we're doing here today. Seeking justice for all people across all kinds of difference and saying there's a much better.
For years, being an old activist, I thought someday creeping fascism couldn't come to this country, and I think it's happening now. And I don't mean to sound rhetorical, but I put my life on the line once. I'll do it again to keep fascism from this country. And my wife being Jewish, her family has suffered. So I had to come out and express my solidarity and unity with our community.
Thank you.
I don't know what else to say.
Love you. Thank you very much.
My main point tonight was that the gap between us is widening and filling with hatred. And that threatens the country more than the victory of Republicans or Democrats does. And we have to fix this. We have to and it's hard work.
So you're a rabbi, and you're a Buddhist, and you're a Hindu, and you're an evangelical. How did that happen? Everyone has a story. What happened to them that brought them to the present moment? And if you love people, you want to know their story.
I asked this whole group, have you ever had a political argument with someone that ended with the other guy bursting into tears and saying, "You're so right. How could I have been so wrong all these years?" It doesn't happen.
No, it doesn't.
Okay, so trying to talk the other guy out of his position doesn't work.
Correct.
If you ask somebody, I want to understand you, not to defeat you. I want to understand you. How did you come to believe the things you believe? Who were your teachers? What were your experiences? I care about you. You're my friend. I'd like to understand. Right. Can we not fight? And instead, could you tell me about yourself so I can understand you better?
So what we have to look at first of all is what we have in common, which is our humanity, and then what separates us is often a matter of a lack of education or a lack of understanding or a lack of compassion. So I think this was a wonderful day. So many people came together and showed that we do have love, and we do have compassion.
And what do you want to do here and to bring to the light for people here in this community?
I want everybody in our community to know that we are strong together. The tremendous turnout today shows that. There are so many people on Cape Cod who are determined to do good, to make this world a better place, to lift each other up. We are stronger than those who will tear us down.
And I know everybody's talking about love and unity and togetherness, but if you don't reflect that on your children and friends and your lifestyle, then it's only left here. And that's not where it works. It needs to go outside these doors, outside these walls. It needs to be a part of your life every day.
I could have been in Boston, but there's more people up there than we have down here. And the good news is that Boston PD sent the other people home. It's over. The good people
Any comments on what happened in Boston today? Obviously, it kind of ended while we were all here at this particular event, but any comments on what was going on up in the city?
Well, I'm glad, if that is in fact the case, that it ended peacefully, that people got an opportunity to express whatever they needed to express, and if it ended peacefully, and that's a good thing.
Book of Matthew, chapter 7, verse 16. By their fruit you will recognize them. Well, what orchard is raising haters? What kind of fruit is produced by people old enough to know better but won't say something to their children or to their next door neighbors or to young people or old people who have hate in their heart? When's it going to stop? We've come through a major time period of the last century where we've seen what happened when people get power and misuse it. We're at the turning point in the early part of this century where people are once again getting power and not recognizing their responsibility.
Today we have gathered because we have chosen love. We acknowledge our sadness, our outrage, our fear, our confusion, but we choose love. We may not understand the hate and the violence. We may want to fight back to protect ourselves and our children, but we choose love.
Do you think it needs to start more at home than just out when letting the media dictate how these kids should feel?
Oh, definitely. I think it needs to start at home, and the understanding that we are all interdependent, that we need one another. And that, and understanding that, and teaching our kids that you are connected. That we're not separated just because we're not blood.
Correct.
You know, we are all connected. We are all one. And what happens, the fate of our country, of our world, depends on us being connected and doing stuff together.
It's been a pleasure. And JT, thank you so much. Where can people see you?
JT's Chronicles, Instagram, Facebook, even Snapchat now, but YouTube. And starting next month, we're going to do a segment, and I want you to be on it.
Okay.
And it'll be called Positive Cape Cod. And every month we will showcase people that are doing positive things, businesses, people, events. And if you have something that you'd like to think about, send a message to me. You can send it to Sarah. She'll get it to me. And we'll do something together also. I think it'll be great.
Great. JT, thank you so much.
Oh my God, thank you so much.
Thank you. Reporting from the Cape Cod Synagogue in Hyannis for Cape Media News, I'm Sarah Coleman.